3 cards for your energies in play today, Saturday, March 14th. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck today. First card gives us the Ace of Swords, and it's upright. Not to make a clumsy metaphor, but your communication skills are going to be on point today. We had the Two of Swords yesterday, if you'll recall. Swords, of course, are truth, insightfulness, intellect, slicing through illusion to get to the truth. And this hand comes out of the cloud and says, here, you have this, you've arrived, you've done the work of getting things into alignment so that you can both see truth and speak truth. So if there is something that you are working on in terms of a communication project, or if there is a conversation you need to have, or in any other way needing to present yourself in a way that's authentic and with authority, you hold this sword in your hand. You hold the power today. I love this card because it's just so emphatic. This is a divine gift that we all have inside of us. Your 5th chakra, Vishuddha, is associated with filtering truth from falsehood, and now you have the skills to communicate that truth as well. This is such a positive card. So good work, you. Let's see what the second card has to tell us. And the second card gives us the 9 of Cups, but it's reversed. Remember how we ended on the Queen of Cups yesterday, and I was saying that you are the master of your emotional landscape and it doesn't run you around? Well, this card tells me that that's going to be tested today. This figure is one of the more curious ones in this deck. He's got his arms crossed in kind of an infinity sign, but because he's reversed here and he's got this sort of inverted rainbow of cups now underneath him, that tells me there's a danger of emotional flooding. So it could be that those emotions will be triggered when you communicate whatever that thing is. And we've been having this theme for a couple of days. So the thing that you want to say, be aware that it could provoke a reaction that's going to result in a rush of emotions. And that's when that Queen of Cups needs to come forward and be very cognizant of what's going on internally, because it feels like somebody may try to manipulate that emotional response in some way. This feels like a very weighted conversation that you might be thinking about having. But this infinity symbol that his arms are kind of forming here, I can't really do it, shows us that if you need to kind of stuff the emotions down just for the moment, there's always more. They will come back, they will continue to flow. I don't think this is speaking to any kind of a lack of control here so much as just reminding us that we need to be aware of that potential for emotional flooding and overwhelm. And 9 is what I consider a cusp card. It's kind of on the verge of completion, so it's kind of an unsteady number right before the stability comes in. You may find yourself in that moment, in that kind of cusp of feeling through things before the true meaning of the emotional movement becomes clear to you. So just a reminder to be cognizant of that. Let's see what card 3 has to say to us. And third card, 2 of Wands, and it is also reversed. Oh, I see now. You've got a very difficult choice on your hands. The Ace is giving you the sword and say, hey, you hold this power of communication. The 9 of Cups is saying, watch how you wield that sword. And this 2 of Wands is telling me, make sure you know exactly what you want before you pull out that sword and go forth and have the conversation, say the thing. And I feel like this is relationship related, and that you have an opportunity and that there's a relationship on the other side of this dichotomy. And it's a matter of asking yourself, what is it that I really want? The world tells me one thing, my emotions are telling me something else. I feel like I have a responsibility over here. I need to get really clear on what it is I'm feeling before I choose one or the other. Because this 2 is reversed, it feels to me like the choice is a little bit muddy, that it's been delayed for a while. There's a lot of moving parts. And part of what you need to do with that sword from the first card is cut through the noise, find the signal, and find out what is truly meaningful to you. And sometimes that means we need to find out where we're betraying ourselves. Oftentimes the narratives that we've been fed, that sword is meant to cut through, those narratives can muddy our thinking, and they can trigger our emotions in ways that kind of divert us from what our true divine nature actually is seeking. So some questions I might ask myself if I were you include, am I staying put despite knowing that change is needed? Am I afraid of leaving my comfort zone? Am I avoiding the conversation because I'm afraid of the emotional blowback? Am I looking at false choices? Do I think there are only 2 choices when in fact there might be more, or there might be a third solution that combines several choices? Are other people influencing my decision? Am I considering acting before the preparation is complete? I don't know which of these would apply to your situation, but you know. Again, self-inquiry, sit quietly, feel into the pressure in your solar plexus or your chest and ask it what it's trying to tell you, because part of you knows. It's just a matter of articulating that to ourselves. And often we avoid that self-inquiry because it's easier to rely on what the people around us are telling us. It's easier to rely on our old patterns, or it's easier to default to pleasing others or doing what we think is expected of us rather than really challenging ourselves to step out into the world. So this is the choice you have in your lap right now. So to sum up today's reading, the Ace of Swords tells me that you possess the divine clarity and authority to speak your truth. You've had a breakthrough in your communication skills and they're on point, but you need to be cautious of emotional overwhelm or manipulation through conversation. Be sure that your feelings are under control as you navigate this conversation you're contemplating. And the Two of Wands is telling me that before wielding your power, we need to cut through the noise down to the true signal. Find out where you're betraying yourself if that's the case, because a lot of us do that without even knowing. It's just kind of something we're trained to do. And part of our task, part of our assignment as people traveling a spiritual path is to be true to ourselves, be true to our divine nature, even when that means disappointing people, even when that means making an unconventional choice, even when that means speaking a difficult truth. So again, I feel like you've got this, but just be really careful today with how you proceed, and like, follow, and share. I'll see you tomorrow.